you listen to or watch Root Sports analyst Alison Lukan, it doesn't take you long before you realize she is something special. Just last year, she joined the Kraken TV broadcast team as a game analyst. And she was an instant hit with fans with her clever and easy to understand use of data. She's also funny, very down to earth, and folks, we absolutely love here on Team New Day. And Alison, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. That was too kind. The check's in the mail.
We first got to meet you when we were at the Climate Pledge Arena talking about the Kraken. That was at the beginning of the season. How are they doing?
They're exceeding expectations this year, which I think is so great after what was a struggle last year. But this team has really come together. The front office brought in some additional pieces in the offseason that really elevated their performance. And they've been really healthy and been able to put players in the right spots to succeed. They've already tied their win total from last season, and it looks like the postseason could be a very real thing for this team.
I'm so happy for them. I'm so proud of our home team. And you know what? I'm not even a huge hockey fan, but you don't have to be all in for the Kraken. Do you find that even diehard hockey fans, like even if you're not a diehard hockey fan, like everybody is here for them?
That's what I love about hockey first and foremost, is it's just entertaining. You can just take in the speed and the activity, and it's just fun. The energy is contagious. But the Kraken have done such a good job too with Climate Pledge and the fan experience, saying we know our community, we want to represent that, and we want to give people opportunities to be entertained even if they're not looking at what's happening on the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. It is quite the show they put on during the games. You are actually, you're new to the TV sports world, not to sports, but to the TV sports world. What was your path before the Kraken and Root Sports?
Well, I started in corporate America, actually, many, many moons ago. But I was the person that went to hockey games and started getting hooked on the excitement and the energy and just started diving into the game. I started writing about it on blogs, and I had to learn how to play.
So is this you?
That's me. That's me.
I love this.
So I had to learn how to play because I decided if I was going to actually study this game, I had to understand what went into, look, I'm nowhere near as good as the players for the Kraken, but I had to understand the game and what was being asked of bodies and minds.
Right.
And from there, I was fortunate enough to get hired into a paying role as a writer, and I've taken that on. And then the Kraken were forward-looking and creative enough to say, hey, let's take a chance on you on TV. And now I'm here and I'm loving every minute.
Okay, that is epic. So much mad respect for you gearing up and getting out on the ice. It is true, you really kind of have to understand all the pieces of it to truly call something. So one thing people say about you, and I have to agree, is that you take numbers and data and she makes it completely understandable to folks in a way that most people can't quite translate. So let's listen to a little bit. This is courtesy of Root Sports. This is just recently.
This play is going to get scored as a block shot, but in my book, that's a save. 4 inches separating a goal from a non-goal, and it's Adam Larsson once again coming behind his goaltender to be a difference maker in the game. Again, 2 block shots is how that's scored. That's what it looks like on a traditional box score, but I think we all can see with our eyes how important and significant Adam Larsson's play was tonight.
See? I totally understood that. That was on Saturday. So where does this skill come from?
It comes from my consulting background, to be honest with you. And when I came into hockey, again, I was not a lifer with the game. And so I wanted to understand it. And for me, I wanted to understand why and how. And when you go to a data side, again, I didn't have the years and years and years of experience to just correlate an action to a number.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring those numbers to life and use them to support a story and not just dull our minds and our senses with just, well, listen, we go to work, we go to school, let's make this fun.
Yeah, no, it's so true. When you are calling a game, what is the hardest part of something like that?
Well, I think when I've had the opportunity to actually call live games, just learning all the numbers from the other team is a big hurdle.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I think the other thing, too, with thinking about the game and wanting to share something interesting and relevant is just thinking it so fast, because the game is fast. And, again, I came from a writing background where you had some time to think about your ideas. So it's really forced me and challenged me in a good way to think quicker and in more interesting ways.
Yeah, that's a huge hurdle. That live TV thing.
Yes.
Whew, that is sometimes real tricky. So Root Sports and the Kraken are making a real commitment to more women in sports. Are you seeing this across the board? Like, you're in it now. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is a huge compliment to Root and to the Kraken to bring someone like me in, not just a woman, but someone with no TV experience coming in. But I think there's still work to do.
Yeah.
We're seeing strides, but unfortunately in sports in general, and specifically in hockey, I think there are roles that teams or organizations expect women to be in, and only those roles in media.
Right.
And we think, we're not 100% sure, we think I might be one of the only analysts who hasn't played the game at a professional or national team level.
Wow.
So there still needs to be that exploration and expansion to say there can be people who can do a good job talking about this game that aren't necessarily men, and are not people who've just played the game. And I have mad respect for all of those women who are filling those roles on air right now. They deserve those spots, but we can still make it broader and broader so that when we watch a game, we're not seeing one woman, we're seeing just as many women as we're seeing men.
Absolutely, 100%. You don't have to play professional sports. She suited up, she played it. I love this. I know that you have become a lover of hockey over the years. Tell us who your favorite hockey player of all time is, besides, of course, any of the Kraken.
Yeah, well, there's too many to pick on the Kraken, but it would be Ken Dryden, who was actually a goaltender decades ago for the Montreal Canadiens. A tremendous goaltender, was there for a lot of their championships, but also a writer, and also has done some local politics as well. And he was one of the voices that I could find to not just respect on ice, but put words to the game and his experience that really deepened my love and understanding.
That's really cool. Everyone's going to be Googling him now, making sure they know. Before I let you go, what is one thing that maybe people wouldn't expect that you found about, because you came into this TV world like you've never known, what was the one thing that surprised you most about it?
I think how welcoming the community is. I mean, I've had the opportunity to get to know you. You've been such an awesome resource in this space. And everyone wants us to do well, and I think our goal, again, is to connect with our viewers and our fans, bridge what they see maybe in a sport or a play on the ice to deepen that connection and love of the game and the team, and that's been awesome.
Oh, and you are doing that. We are so grateful for you. Thank you for helping me understand hockey. Oh, we love you, Alison. And you can hear her commentary on Root Sports this Wednesday, January 25th, when the Kraken take on the Canucks. And